hears and sees all.
Well, you'd think there was a typhoon here. I know there's one approaching Japan and Taiwan, if not already, just crossing paths with Hong Kong, just missing it, I guess. This is in the editor, which I rarely do, but I'm going to descend the light. Someone asked me, can you do it while it's live and rolling? I can't. I tried. But nonetheless, look at the lights here as we dim it down. I find that they're natural on the surface. I know they are. They're light sources, energy sources, whatever they may be. But you see, there are lines coming to and from a lot of some of these bright areas. There's Aristarchus in the very top, extremely bright. So you can see the different intensities of the brightness, right? And so much you can do. There's a lot to learn, guys. You know, the parallax too is also going to tell us how close objects are as I'm studying the parallax. And yes, depth of perception, visual depth of field. It just gets more and more complicated, but of course, always more and more interesting. We're going to look at some structures on the surface, and then we're going to look at some exceptional UFO fleet live footage, guys. You know which one I'm talking about, the one I captured with the P900, imagine. But we're going to see some shots that I have not shown before to try to get some better angles to get the shapes of some of these UFOs. So we're looking at structures. Here's the thing. Which part is the structure, guys? Is it the black part, the black objects, which almost look like shadows but are not? Or is it the white bright parts that are hiding the dark structures? Or maybe both structures? Again, lines going to and from these objects. I showed it a couple of ways here for you, 2 or 3 ways, which is really, really cool. It's hard to believe, right? Just those white smidgens on the surface. Well, they actually have a lot of character. Yes, character. No, I was thinking of something else. They have a lot of the symmetry. Sorry, geometrical shapes, guys. Squares, 90-degree angles. They're cut out. Some of them are not. There's a line again. So, or path, corridor, I call them, because we don't know what they are. Now here, this way you could really see what I mean by the dark structures or the white structures. If it's not a shadow, which I really don't think it is, look at it. It's an actual object, the dark, that you're seeing, the dark objects. I don't think they're shadows. They could be deliberately black, it could be a part of the camouflage, but I mean, wow, we're really coming to the conclusion that the surface really does have this camouflage up there. Now guys, if it was NASA, obviously it would have taken them thousands of years to do all this. I'm sure it's massive, right? One of my friends, Dabs, look at this shot, guys. Dabs Anonymous was saying, you know, it looks like stucco. It really does. It looks like they shot it all over the, you know, surface with a hose. It looks simple. And I was telling him, yeah, it does look like an actual camouflage. Maybe they did some type of thing like that, you know, deliberately to hide the surface. Theophilus crater, the center, there's a fire inside. What is fire doing on the surface of the moon? It's a real energy source inside of Theophilus crater. I brought down the exposure very, very low for us to see other angles, other perspectives, right? I'm trying to bring as much to you guys as I can. Thanks for watching, everyone. So just some cool ways to get a different perspective, right? So you take down, very simply, not the saturation, again, the exposure, but when you take down saturation, the bright edges, and yes, refraction of light, you have to read between the lines. I mean, it shows us a lot on the surface. Many are saying that we see so much refraction of light, and we really don't. But say to yourself, if we're seeing refraction of light in the dark, why? There's energy sources on the surface. So Theophilus crater, you can see there on the right. In the center, there is some type of burning energy source that we can see in the center of the craters. So, you know, you can't help but wonder if maybe some of these light sources are actually what is powering the surface, if there is power on the surface. The lines could be corridors. And why do I say corridors? Because I don't know what they are. Pathways, corridors. Whether there's liquids or humans or aliens going through them, they still look built. Some of them do look natural, I agree with that. But again, some of them look covered. Showed this in the video on my other channel, which is Ovni Quebec Astronomie. By the way, for those who are here that speak French and do want to see the work explained in French, I will now get at least a video or two up a week to start off with. And as more people come in, I will obviously continue just like I'm doing here. One video French, one video English on each of the channels. It's not going to take away any of my time here. And au contraire. Thanks everyone for the support. So check it out, guys. Eratosthenes crater, this center square object there with the massive bumps in the center. Isn't it incredible? Can't get any closer than that. If you get any closer, we're going to have to land, I think. But it's, again, just a different low-angle view perspective with a green filter over top of the surface. You can still see the cloud-like or dust-like, formations going by, whether they're coming from the crater or going over the crater. I'm not confirming that in any way. I'm just showing you some of the raw truth of what's up there. Look at this. I hope you enjoy this. Many different angles. Sinus Iridium bottom center, near a Damoiseau crater up all over top left, UFOs on the top right. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to show you that someone's on the moon. I'm not saying I know who's up there. I'm not saying I know what's up there. Obviously I don't. But I know for a fact that I think it's safe enough to say that someone or something is definitely up there on the moon. Check this out. UFO or biological creature expanding and contracting. Wow. Expanding and contracting like jellyfish. That's the only way I can describe them. Doesn't mean it's a biological creature, but what the heck is it? That's what I'm asking. Isn't it beautiful? Whatever it may be, either that's a shadow that's beside it or it's two objects on the surface. With the filters, you can see more of the detail of the object and the event of exactly what it's doing. Contracting and expanding and contracting. One of my favorites, just along Clavius crater. If I'm sure some of you still haven't seen this one, it's a UFO on the surface spraying something. Is it a creature? Is it a UFO? Well, if we don't know what it is a UFO, and that's why I'm calling them UFOs. Light creatures, right? It's something. Watch it here in front of the arrow. Nice spray that you can see there, and you can see the other ones around it. One's following it, could be its shadow. I don't think so, but they're just all interacting, going in different directions. It's absolutely incredible. The traffic is very irregular here, guys. Thanks so much for the shares. You know, one video gets up to 11,000 and still going, and then all of a sudden the other video is 1,200 views or 2,000 views. It doesn't mean that they're shadow banning me. You can be sure as hell they are. That's guaranteed, because if not, I would get a lot more views on this research. What do you think of this? Some scenes that I've never shown before, some angles. This is the UFO fleet that I caught with the P900 on the surface of the moon at 12 o'clock noontime. That's right, at 12 o'clock noontime. We're going to see some exceptional views of them. Fast speed. Guys, every shot that you are seeing is slowed down, because honestly, regular speed, I think I show it once or twice, but it's not even worth it. You can't see it going by. And guess what? Some of these are going in and out of the craters. Some of them are swooping in, and others are coming out of those black spots you see on the ground. Yeah, that's right. And this is very real UFOs that were caught with the camera. And now I'm trying to enhance it as much as I can to show you guys, so enjoy. come over and give me some support at Ovni Quebec Astronomie. I'm going to do all my French videos there, and still those who are English and are interested, you can profit from seeing some different perspectives throughout my research of the years. If you're interested, please, no obligation, but take the time to check out the featured channels. Thank you for liking this video and taking the time to subscribe and sharing it on other platforms.
Aliens are gone. Aliens are gone. And they're minding. Really up there. They're minding on the moon. Aliens are gone. Aliens are gone. There's fire. Really up there. They're minding on the moon. Aliens are gone. Aliens are gone. They may be coming soon.
This is Houston. Say again, please. Houston, we've had a problem.
For anything and everything, for whatever the reason you want to send me something, P.O. Box 341 in Valleyfield, Quebec. The postal code is J6S4V6. My name is Bruce Swartz.